So I'm here with Mr. Matthew Barron, the drummer of Van Damsel. Can't say it. Hey, man. And I'm here with Rennie, who is you're the bass player, aren't you, in the band?
I'm the bass man, the big dumb bass man.
You know, you're not the conventional bass player, are you?
No, I try to do things that normal bass players won't do, like move my body while I'm playing, so.
Okay, so let's talk about something that I've been wanting to ask you guys. I saw on the internet, so it must be true, that 3 of the 4 members out of the band, because there's 4 of you in the band, right?
Yeah.
3 of you used to be in like a death metal kind of group. So who's the odd one out? Who wasn't in that band?
That'd be Mark, our singer.
Okay.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have guessed that. Actually would have guessed you probably.
No, I play guitar.
Yeah, he played guitar.
I
wrote the music for it. I played rhythm guitar. Richard, our lead guitarist now for Van Damsel, was the bass player. Then we just had a drummer, and it was. Well, what's the point of mentioning a name? It was fun. It's heavy music, and I still really have a passion for death metal. So it's still not so much in Van Damsel you won't hear it, but by myself I'll definitely be cranking it.
That's cool. So you guys started Van Damsel. How did that all begin? Where did that story start?
Well, I guess we were all friends. I mean, it kind of started when Renahan was like, let's play some metal, and he got me and Richard together. I mean, me and Richard had been playing for a long time before that, and me and Mark had a band even before that where I played bass and he played guitar and sang. So we had all been jamming in different groups, and then eventually, as the death metal group was kind of dissolving, we were like, you know, he jumped in, but late, because I wanted to play drums, right? Because drums is so much fun, and Richard was like, fuck bass, I want to play some guitar, and then Renahan was like, well, now I feel like I should do something, so I'll jump on the bass. But he always liked bass.
Rhythm section represent, right?
Yeah, that's right. I gotta hold it down in the root note.
Okay, so where does the name Van Damsel come from? We were at a show last night, and Corey Myris, who's Windmills, made a bit of a reference that the name comes from a bit of a naughty place. Is that true, or?
No, it's man, all we're talking about is metal right now, and there's going to be some more. Van Damsel actually comes from our collective favorite song from Miss Machine, from the Dillinger Escape Plan, and the song's titled Van Damsel, and it's just. It's super intense, and it's just really good. We're all big Dillinger fans, so we just decided to take that name, and it stuck with us. We were kind of thinking about changing it at one point, but I really don't think we could go by anything else now. It's not established yet, but I feel like people are starting to hear the name now. So.
Well, I think that's true, because you guys have had a pretty amazing last few months. So let's kind of line that up a little bit. You got into the Peak Performance Top 20, and you also recently got a video grant as well. So maybe first off, let's talk about the Peak Performance project. How stoked are you to be in the top 20 there?
Like a 10 out of 10. Yeah, that's stoked. It's pretty cool. It's rad.
Do you guys think you could go maybe all the way, or are you not willing to say that on camera?
We're gonna give it our best shot.
There's people betting money on us.
Oh yeah.
What's the story there?
Apparently, I can't say much because I might get in trouble, but there's some people rooting for us.
Yeah.
And I'm really excited. Win or lose, it's going to be amazing. Like, I'm so excited for the boot camp and just getting better at your live show and learning all aspects of the business. And it's cool because it's totally free, and like, we got involved with it, and it's just a huge opportunity, so we'll definitely take it. We're also in emerging artists, and that's like the Okanagan or interior area too. So hopefully we can do well in that, and maybe take both.
There's
hopefully.
A lot of great bands in all of these contests, and props to them, because there's so much great talent in BC that it's great that everybody's kind of seeing everything, and even here today, obviously, we're seeing a lot of great talent.
So let's talk about your video, the one that you won the grant for from Telus and Public Records.
Okay.
It's for a song called Communist, which you look at the singles, August, The Sunshine Girl. Communist is kind of a different name. You're kind of like, is it going to be the same sort of song? So is it going to be sort of the same sort of surfy indie pop?
No.
Who wants to answer? You want to answer?
Yeah, I would like to answer.
Go for it.
No, it's not. It's not a summer song at all. It might have that like summer like bumpin' feel to it. Like I guess that's sort of our thing, like the summer theme. But this one's not very summery, but it's just a very danceable song. Like we opened with it yesterday.
Oh, right.
At the Habitat. So that's the song. It's not very summery, but it's got some bounce to it. It's I don't know. It sounds more British than surfer to me. So, but that's just my opinion.
But the song is called Communist because Mark's brother is a communist, or at least he strongly identifies with the communist ideology. He spent some time in Cuba, and the funny thing is that even though he identifies with communism and he believes in it strongly, he still lives in a capitalist environment. And so with the video, we're going to try and portray that with ourselves. So we're all going to...
Be our favorite communist leaders.
Yes.
Okay. So who are you going to be?
I'm going to be Joseph Stalin.
Okay. What about you, man?
I'm Leon Trotsky. And now I don't think a lot of people know Trotsky, but they should, and so that's why I'm going to be Trotsky.
That's cool. I kind of like the fact that you've got sort of a political angle with this.
It's not really relevant, but it's political, I suppose. It's fun. It's going to be funny. I kind of want to go the Foo Fighter way and not make any serious music videos, because there's no need for that. We're not serious people, so why fake it? Let's just be goofs.
Fair enough. So that comes out in August, doesn't it?
What's the deadline?
August 7th is the deadline, so it should be released within that week.
So for the guys that haven't heard you before, let's say they see your name in the Peak Performance Top 20. They've never heard any Van Damsel. They've never been to one of your shows. How would you describe what you guys do?
I don't even know, man. I guess we're trying to bring back the indie rock revolution that happened in
We're starting in indie rock.
yeah, that's what we're doing. No, like bringing back like popular bands back in like mid 2000s, like Block Party and Interpol and that sort of sounds. The Strokes. Now it's more like folk, and we're kind of trying to get away from that.
Okay.
And so yeah, I don't know. It's just very like it's summer tunes basically, but I'd hate to use that as an example, but I just did.
It's fun music, it's danceable music, but at the same time we also have some somber and darker moments too, some moody, some macabre moments as well. So it's kind of a good mix of the two. You haven't heard too much of our macabre moments in terms of our releases at this point, but the album... Watch out.
They'll sneak up on you. So with a band like you guys, you obviously got influences across the map, I would say, probably. Obviously with the death metal and then some of the bands you just mentioned. Yeah. Who would you say has been the biggest influence on your sound?
It might sound cheesy, but like as my musical influence, probably my dad. Because I think every kid grows up wanting to be like their dad. And my dad is an amazing musician, so I just wanted to be like him. And also like...
Does he have an amazing mustache as well, like you do?
My dad actually hates my mustache, surprisingly. I thought he'd be proud of it, but no, he doesn't like it. Yeah, I don't know. That and like, I really love like Les Claypool from Primus and like Geddy Lee from Rush and all that stuff. But right now I'm really into everything that from the UK, and they're just... I don't know, they're geniuses in my opinion. So,
Mr. Barron, would you agree, or have you
I think that anything from the UK right now is amazing. From Jessie Ware, Disclosure, everything. There's so much good stuff coming out of the UK. As much as it's awesome. So it's a good thing that we're doing an interview with you. But no, speaking of dads, I think my dad was really important too, because he got me playing guitar, he showed me music, and he let us jam and make noise at the house for all of these years, and they've been really nice to us for letting us do that.
Very, very supportive.
Yeah.
Well, you guys live in Kamloops now, of course. So speaking of family and stuff like that, is it sort of a natural progression for you that you're going to eventually end up in Vancouver? Is that the way you see it going, or are you going to stay in Kamloops for as long as you can? What's the plan?
It's hard to answer because, not too long ago, I kind of wanted to move to Vancouver, probably after like October or something like that. But I don't know what. Like now, I'm gonna have to kind of wait what's gonna happen with like the Peak Performance and all this stuff. Like if certain things start happening, we might have to establish ourselves outside of Vancouver or like in Vancouver. So I'm not sure what we're gonna do, but we have to all make the move ourselves. So it's gonna be difficult because we all have, priorities too. So.
Do you guys? Sorry, go ahead.
It's up in the air, basically, like the movie with George Clooney. Great movie, by the way. Check it out.
Do you guys sort of you have a tour van, right?
No.
No, you don't. I was going to say, do you?
We're a car traveling band.
So does a car have a name?
No, I always just it's Richard Subaru, and I always sing this stupid song. What is it, like Subaru with the all-wheel drive? And I just always do that to crack them up. But it doesn't really have a name. I guess you could call it the Roo.
The Roo. Okay.
I called it the Roo the other day, so good question. Good question. La Roo.
Well, it's kind of a thing. A lot of the bands that are on the road, they'll have a name for the van or whatever, right? So maybe eventually you guys will have like a full-on van, and
yeah,
you can name
maybe we'll just call it Van Damsel.
There you go. That works. That works. What's the weirdest sort of compliment you guys have ever had on your music? Maybe after a show, someone's come up to you and said that was, and you've been like, what?
Windmills last night actually said that we impregnated him last night or something. Like, so I was like, oh, okay, well, that's cool, but like, I don't know what he meant. I think he meant that he had a good time and our music touched him in inappropriate places. But
somebody once said like, you gave me VD, but I think that's too obvious. So we kind of expect that.
I have to admit, I'm guilty of using that one. So maybe I should refrain. It's too mainstream for you hipsters.
Yeah.
No, it's fine.
Cool. Well, is there anything else you guys would like to add?
I think we're good. I think I might have to reapply some sunscreen. Maybe that's what I'll.
You know what we should do before we're done? We should show off what we're wearing here. We have matching shirts. Mr. Matthew Barron never got the memo, but.
Oh, Mark.
We're mad.
Mark's got one too.
I know. I saw him last night. Yeah.
So I actually wore it last night, and it probably stinks right now, but I don't care.
Well, thanks so much for your time. Really appreciate it. Enjoy the rest of the day.
Cool.